They've done it. The UAE have changed the working week from a Sunday to Thursday working week to a Monday to Friday working week. As a teacher here in Dubai, within the UAE, that is massive because it means some changes towards the end of the week. I've been teaching out here for the last, coming up to 4 years now, and that's all I've known because the UAE has always been a Sunday to Thursday working week. This is Tim. Tim's chilling. It's coming up to Christmas, which is celebrated in schools here in the UAE, but not officially. That's not what this video is about. I'm going to try and film this video in one take so that I can upload it straight away. So the big change and the reason why that is changing is because they want to increase well-being. I think they want to align the Monday to Friday working week with the rest of the Western world. But at the same time, a Friday here in the UAE, due to the country being an Islamic country, a Friday is a prayer day. What they've done is they've moved the prayer until 1:15 and the working day actually finishes on a Friday at 12 o'clock. So what that means is we have a 4.5 day working week. And as a result of that, it means that it's a shorter working week and we have a longer weekend. So surely that is a massive pro. One of the reasons they've done that is to increase productivity during the working week and then hopefully increase well-being through having a more restful weekend. For the most part, surely, for me personally, I can see that as a massive benefit, a massive pro, having more time during the weekend. However, as per other people as well, there are some questions. For me, I was due to start a company. I was going to be starting an academic company, Academic Diaries, where I would be on a Sunday to Thursday timings. You don't really find Sunday to Thursday planners out here, so I'd actually started creating a company. I had a logo, I had domains, all sorts of different things. I'm gonna have to push that to the side for a moment. I'd be interested in knowing if you're still interested in diaries for the UAE, but that's not, again, what this video is about. So personally, I see it as a pro having that 4.5 day working week. I think it's great, not just for me personally as a teacher, but also for the children to have that more restful weekend so they come back feeling well rested, and hopefully that will benefit learning. I also see it as a bit of a pro for other things too. I see it as a pro for the economic development here in the UAE as more people are able to spend time in different areas and perhaps not worry about only having a short amount of time to do things. I do have questions. While I did speak roughly about the company that I was due to be setting up, I'm potentially a little bit worried about one thing, and that is the academic pressure on teachers. As we know, as teachers, we have a certain amount of curriculum to teach, and already we have a reduced amount of time here in the UAE due to additional subjects such as Arabic and Islamic, which really condenses the curriculums in which you teach. The worry is that to cram all of the curriculum in, the days will get longer on those working days. So those 4.5 days might be longer. Now, the UAE in public sector, they've blocked it so it can only be 7:30 till 3:30, and then having only 4.5 hours on that Friday. The big worry is that private schools won't do that and will seek to extend the school day in some way to allow and to try and cram in as much learning as possible. Now, that's a big worry for the children because the children already do really long days, it's 7:30 to 3:30, and then also that's the same for the staff, long days. So are we going towards a system where it's just going to be a really long working week in terms of hours and then just crashing out during those 2.5 days a week? I'd say this, if there are leaders or KHDA, if someone from that happens to be watching, please, as a teacher, can something be done to try and ensure the provision of well-being during the working week to ensure that the hours aren't extended? While we know there is more academic pressure in terms of cramming in that curriculum in a shorter amount of time, it's also important that that isn't detrimental to both teachers and children's well-being too. That's a pro and there's a con. So hopefully this video has explored some of the pros and cons of the new working week. Generally though, it is exciting and it's very soon. This working week new announcement literally comes in January the 1st, 2022. Which means we do get an extra holiday, which is great, but it's really soon, which is also insane. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have, feel free to like it and subscribe to the channel to see more videos about teaching in the UAE. I've now got a few different things I've got to do. I've got to go and update my guides You know I was going to try and plug them in some way. Those guides, I've got to try and adjust the working week, and I'll be resharing them in January. And then I've also got to go through some of my older videos and start talking about the fact in comments, sharing, well, this is now changed. So I've got a bit of work to do now due to these changes, as I'm sure lots of SLT have got over the holiday break too. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Until the next time, I'm out.